1960s live action series, which I believe has possibly the best cast of any show. I love Adam West. For me, Adam West is the heart and soul of Batman, just like how I think of Christopher Reeve as the heart and soul of Superman. And I think that Adam West is why Batman is the best superhero. I think if it wasn't for Adam West playing Batman, I feel like if Adam West never played that role, I feel like I would likely still like Batman for the Michael Keaton stuff and some other versions, but I don't think that Batman would be my favorite superhero right now if it wasn't for Adam West. And I feel like the Batman franchise has really gone down without him. I feel like it's more cynical and less inspirational, hopeful, and delightful without him. I really do feel that strongly about it. And yes, he is very campy, and I love how much fun he is, but I feel like there's just so much inspirational heart. And Adam West Batman put me in a good mood more so than any version of Batman. It's no contest. And even though I grew up watching Michael Keaton as Batman and I still absolutely adore him, he's still one of my favorite actors. For me, Adam West is Batman. And I feel like it would be very hard to match what he did. And I feel like he embodies the heart and soul of Batman that Bill Finger had in his comics more so than anybody else. I feel like his legacy is still impacting Batman for the better. And I love the villains. I love Frank Gorshin as the Riddler. I love Cesar Romero as the Joker. Burgess Meredith as the Penguin. Vincent Price as Egghead. Batman is so much fun. And after all these years, after over 50 years, I feel like the live action Batman show has yet to be topped as the definitive version of Batman. For My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. One of the cutest, most delightful shows with a really big ensemble of characters. I love My Little Pony. It's so much fun. Twilight Sparkle is one of the greatest characters of all time. There's so many songs. There's so many great supporting characters, like Maud Pie. There's lots of really great villains. There's so much stuff to enjoy. So much heart. So many great stories. So much love for friendship and kindness and compassion. There's so much cute stuff. My Little Pony is delightful and I love it. 3. Blues Clues. The original Blues Clues show means so much to me. Quite possibly the cutest and most delightfully sweet show that I've ever seen. Steve is the best. I adore Steve so much. Quite possibly the most lovable guy from any show. I love Steve. Blue is adorable, pulls on the heartstrings. It's hard not to love Blue. There's so much great stuff in Blue's Clues. So many fun characters. So much adorable charm. So many great songs. Blue's Clues is amazing and delightful with so many shows going on that are so complicated. I have such a hard time understanding what's going on. I appreciate Blue's Clues. And I went back to Blue's Clues after having not watched it since I was very young because I was feeling so stressed and confused from shows and franchises that I felt like I should be loving, but I felt overwhelmed. I felt like it was so hard to keep track of things. And it felt like almost stressful being a fan of stuff. I feel like being a fan of stuff should be fun. And I went back to Blue's Clues and it felt like what I really needed at the time. I love Blue's Clues. And I appreciate it a lot more now than I did as a kid, although I have a fond memories of Blue's Clues from my childhood. 2. Tamaraya. I believe the show that has really improved my life the most Uh, During the time of Tamaraya, I was still feeling a lot of grief in my life, and I still felt like I really didn't know how to fully get over the loss of my grandfather, who is my hero, that means so much to me. I felt like I could keep on mentioning him in so many videos and still not fully convey how much he means to me. And then watching the show Tamaraya, where Fu is dealing with the loss of her father, but dealing with it in a way where she's honoring his memory, having a lot of respect for the past and what came before, while also being able to build new memories with her friends. And she's becoming a great photographer like her father was, continuing his legacy and developing a legacy of her own in the process, and developing really close friendships. And it really inspired me to have a more optimistic look at the world. And I feel like on a daily basis, I have a more strong appreciation for honoring the past and helping those out by just saying things like talking to my friends, saying, hey, I hope you have a good day. I appreciate what you do for me. I feel like a lot of that, sure, some of that came from watching My Little Pony, but I feel like it really came out from watching Tamaraya. And dealing with the loss of my grandfather has been one of the longest and most difficult things that I've ever had to deal with. I feel like I could just go on for so long and still not fully convey that to its greatest extent, because I just think so highly of my grandfather to this very day. It's just so hard to fully put into words. And seeing Fu have a very similar connection to her father, that spoke to me in such a deeply personal way. And her journey is quite possibly the most beautiful, uplifting journey that I've seen a character in a show go through. And so Tamaraya means so much to me because of that. It meant so much to me when I discovered it, and it's still, the impact that's left on me has really lingered on in the best way. And I feel like I can't thank Fu enough for showing me how to honor my grandfather while also developing lots of friendships. And I owe Tamaraya a lot for that, and I adore it with all my heart. And then one is Code Geass. Why am I CG anime fan? It's to express my love for Code Geass. Code Geass, in my opinion, is the best show because I believe that it has the most interesting, exciting plot of any show I've ever seen, to the point where I rewatched the show more times than I can count. It's not like with Hazbin Hotel, where I know that I've seen the first season um, more than 5 times, but less than 10 times at the time of me doing this ranking. With Code Geass, I don't even know how many times I've seen it. I legitimately don't know. And despite how many times I've rewatched it, I feel so enthralled and so excited by what's going on. It's emotional, it's epic, it's thought provoking, it's groundbreaking. It is incredible, with the best character ensemble of any show that I've ever seen. For my top 100, I believe that 10 out of my top 100 were Code Geass characters. 10% of my favorite characters list, I believe, was just for Code Geass. And I was trying to have variety, but still, even with that, I love the character ensemble Code Geass that much, and there were still characters that I love in Code Geass that didn't make my top 100. And I believe that Code Geass has the best animation I've ever seen. I'm not just talking about for shows, and I'm not just talking about for anime, but for anything. Better animation than any film, better visuals than I've ever seen in any film, whether it be animated or live action, anything. I legitimately believe that the artwork in Code Geass is good enough to be in museums. I legitimately feel that strongly about it. I think the animation is that good. And I feel like it is the most impressive show that I have ever seen. So I felt like because of that, it had to get the number one spot. So that is my top 70 shows ranking, and you can let me know what you think of my list.